have antlers. Good morning, little reindeer.
Good morning, reindeer.
Good morning, reindeer.
Good morning, reindeer.
What did you want to see this morning? What did you want to see this morning?
Christmas lights.
The Christmas lights. It's Amanda. Merry Christmas to all of you. Since things are about to get pretty crazy with the holidays and everything, I thought I'd squeeze in one more weekly pregnancy update this week. So let's get started. So I've definitely started to have really deep sleep at night. I feel like now that I'm in the third trimester, I just feel like my body is working really hard to build baby at this point and just, help her grow. And I think that not only does that affect appetite, which it has a little bit. I have a little bit of an increased appetite, but not too much. But mostly I've just been noticing that I want to sleep a lot. And when I do, it's really deep sleep. So I've been continuing to actually have pretty good energy during the days this week, which is great because I have so much to get done with Christmas and everything this week. But then when I do go to bed, I sleep hard. Thankfully, my wonderful husband has been really helpful in letting me sleep a little bit more. He is finally on vacation. Hallelujah. He has been working so hard the last few weeks. Where he works, it's always like that right up until the week before Christmas. There's all these deadlines, and he was pulling a couple all-nighters and it was crazy. But thank God he is on vacation for 2 whole weeks, and me and Alex are just so excited to have him for that much time. Anyway, so when he's here, it's fantastic because it's like I'm on vacation too because I get help, which is awesome. So he's been wonderful. Like if Alex is still cutting these 4 eye teeth. I think I talked about that last week too. It's been making him fussier than usual, and I don't know why it's those 4 teeth. Like even the molars didn't seem to bother him that much, but these 4 have made him definitely fussier than usual. And so there have been a couple times when he has woken up in the night once or twice. It's not too bad, but bless his heart, Bill was the one that got up to deal with Alex, and so I could keep sleeping, and that oh, the man is a saint. And then, if I really feel like I didn't get enough sleep that night, I'll get up with Alex in the morning and, get him through his getting dressed and breakfast routine and everything. And then Bill gets up and kind of takes over and plays with Alex and does his lunchtime routine and puts him down for his nap, so that I can go back to bed. And that has been so nice as well. So I really feel like I have been getting some pretty good sleep this week. Insomnia hasn't been as bad as it was last week for me, so that's been good. I did have one day of insomnia early in the week, but it overall has not been as bad as it was the last couple weeks, so thank God for that. And when I sleep, I'm continuing to get the crazy, freaky, weird dreams. But that seems to be the standard quo now. Whenever I have this deep, hard sleep, and when I'm in that state, I'm just constantly having these vivid dreams. So that's continuing to be a pretty consistent thing. And while we're on the topic of sleep, I actually had for this pregnancy, my very first Charlie horse cramp in my calf. And I know it's one thing that they say happens a lot more in the 3rd trimester, and it has for me. It just happened that one time, and I've had a few close calls. I'll wake up from a sleep cycle and I'll feel like my calf is about to cramp, and so I pull my toes up and really engage my shin muscle there, and that really prevents it from turning into a cramp. So, and that's been really good. But this one time it happened while I was in my really deep sleep, and it just woke me out of this dead sleep, and I was like yelping and screaming, and it was like in the early morning, and I was like, ow, 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 and like Bill jumped up, he's like, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm having a leg cramp, and he like came over and he was trying to like massage it and like stretch my leg, and oh, I'm like, sorry, that was quite a wake-up call for the both of us, wasn't it? Because we were sleeping soundly, and then all of a sudden I was screaming. Anyway, so that's actually only happened the one time. I have had a few close calls where I feel like one is coming on again. I always just, you know, toes to your nose. As a massage therapist, that's what I would always tell my clients. If you feel a cramp, toes to your nose, which just means flex your toes up to engage the like opposite muscle, and that makes it so that the calf muscle can't cramp up. So knock on wood, hopefully that won't be too much of a frequent thing from here on out. I remember my midwife also said that magnesium really helps with the leg cramps, and so I actually have this form of liquid calcium magnesium, because calcium and magnesium work together, and they help each other be more readily available to the body so it can absorb those minerals better. But magnesium, I guess, is something that can really help prevent the leg cramps in pregnancy. So I am trying to take that every few days. I don't want to take it too frequently because magnesium can also have a laxative effect. So don't want to go too overboard on that, but I am trying to take it a little bit more regularly now, and I think that it is helping because I haven't had any leg cramps since. And as I mentioned, every week continuing to have the hip pain, but I think I told you last week that Bill helped me come up with a solution for the like bruised, really achy feeling that I was waking up with in the morning with my hips. He suggested that I put a Thermarest camping pad on top of the mattress, and that extra air and foam really has helped the problem. So thankfully my hip pain has not been as bad this week. It still does get a little bit achy, and when it does, I still just have Bill massage it, and that's great. So, and I also had another prenatal massage this week, and this one was like right on. Like my massage therapist was just like bam, 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 getting all of my trouble spots and just like really nailing them, and I felt amazing afterwards. It was an 1.5-hour massage, and oh, glorious. Okay, so still having a little bit of the hip pain, but thank goodness it's not as bad as it has been. So then I also, you know, mentioned that I had had that crotch pain before, just like the round ligaments attaching to the pubic bone there and stretching, and I can feel that. I have felt that a little bit this week as well, but it's also not quite as bad as last week, so that's good. So there's always something going on with my pelvis, and this week the main one has been my tailbone. I don't know why my tailbone would be hurting, but it's like I have to be careful how I sit because it almost feels like my tailbone is bruised. And I know I haven't injured it in any way. I haven't like fallen down on my butt or anything. But yeah, if I sit like on a hard chair or in one position for too long, it feels like it's bruised. I think it's just another one of those things. All those ligaments in my pelvis are stretching and has something to do with making my tailbone feel like it's bruised. So, you know, there always has to be something going on with my pelvis, right? So this week it is my tailbone. That's been the main one. As for baby girl's movements, just today actually, most of the time since I started feeling her, it's just been the like little kicks and punches and little jabs. But just today I started feeling like the sliding movements, like I can feel a hand or a foot like moving across my belly now. And I remember feeling that before with Alex, and that's like, it really makes it feel like, wow, baby's getting big in there. And it really makes it feel like there is a baby in there, like moving around, and I can feel those sweeping movements, and it's pretty cool. I really enjoy that phase. That's one thing I really like about the third trimester, is just feeling so much more movement and in detail. Even though I have my anterior placenta, like I feel like she's getting big enough now that that doesn't matter as much anymore, because I am starting to feel her a lot. But I still wouldn't call her like a crazy active baby. It's not like she's doing a ton of somersaults. I mean, and I do feel her constantly throughout the day, but they are like subtle little movements. And I don't feel like I'm getting huge jabs or anything. And it just reminds me a lot of how Alex was when I was pregnant with him. The movements just seem very similar. And I'm just hoping that that means that she's going to be a really mellow, chill little girl because I swear I could tell with Alex when I was pregnant with him, like because his movements, like he was so mellow, and he really turned out to be, his personality really was mellow when he came out, and he's still that way. And I think that has something to do with it. You know, maybe it's all in my head, but I think that you can tell a little bit about the, you know, your baby's personality by the ways that they move in your belly before they're born. And so I'm hoping that that's also meaning that this little girl is going to be just as mellow as Alex, because that would be glorious. Alex has been a really easy baby, and so hopefully that will mean she will be an easy baby too. But I know everybody is telling me, watch out, Amanda, your first one is easy, but watch out for number 2. She's going to be a firecracker. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll see. You know, I'm prepared for anything. Bill and I have asked our moms like how we were as babies, and I guess I was a extremely chill baby as well, so hopefully she'll get that gene. And I guess Bill was a pretty good baby too. I mean, he was a bit of a rambunctious toddler, but his mom doesn't have any memories of him being a difficult baby by any means. And so anyway, so hopefully that means she'll be another easy baby, but we shall see. I know that doesn't necessarily mean anything, and we are prepared for any temperament of our baby. So next week I have a midwife appointment. I'll talk about that after I have that done. And with my midwife appointment, I'm finally having my glucose test done. I know it's a little bit late, but it will be at, I guess, 29 weeks, or maybe it'll be right at the edge of 29, 30 weeks. It's next week. It's like after Christmas, right before the new year. And I think I've mentioned before, but I really am having a lot of trepidation about the glucose test, because, you know, I've mentioned that, you know, we really just don't eat much refined sugar at all anymore. And so I have so little sugar in my diet, other than like natural sugars from fruit. And, you know, we use pure maple syrup and honey, and stevia. That's all we use for sweetener. But my body has gotten so used to not having refined sugar that it really has a reaction to it now. And so I really am getting kind of nervous about this glucose test. Those of you who have been pregnant before, who are pregnant right now, you know what I'm talking about. You basically have to fast from midnight the night before until you go in the next morning. So you're going in on a really low blood sugar, empty stomach, and then they make you chug this nasty orange glucose drink, and it's full of sugar. And me being the crunchy eater that I am, like, that's another thing I just have trepidation about. Like, what is all the food dye that's in there? Like, it's just all, are they using like corn syrup in there? How are they sweetening it? I don't know. But that's a separate thing. My main worry is that I'm just really worried that I'm going to get this like allergic reaction feeling that I get now when I do have refined sugar, which is just kind of like my face gets sweaty and it almost feels like my eyes are dilating, and I get slightly woozy and queasy. And it really feels like an allergic reaction to sugar. So I'm really having trepidation about this, but I'm going to talk to the midwife about it and just tell her why I'm feeling wary about it. And, you know, see, she did mention at one point that I could just have just a general blood test that checks your blood sugar levels, which isn't as exact as when you have chugged the sugary drink on an empty stomach, but it does still give you an indicator. So I'll talk to her about whether that's an option for me, whether I need to just suck it up and just, you know, go through this fun drinking a nasty orange sugary drink experience. We shall see. Anyway, so I'll keep you updated with the results of that. In terms of my pregnancy this week, short and sweet little update. Yeah, Christmas is coming up this week, and thankfully I really feel like this burst of energy that I've had, like I've actually really been on top of Christmas this year. Like all the Christmas shopping is done. All the Christmas cards are, you know, printed and mailed, and we even got half of our wrapping done and distributed. Actually, we did kind of a little Christmas get together with my family and Bill's dad and stepmom today, since my parents will be out of town and his, you know, dad will be doing something different on Christmas Day. So we just decided to all get together and do our little Christmas together today. So that was nice. We got those gifts done and taken care of, and Alex got some of his first gifts today too as well. And man, Bill's stepmom, she is really crafty. She made some awesome things for Alex. It's like this felt, it's like a kid-safe Christmas tree, but it's basically this like felt green Christmas tree that has buttons all over it. And it's like an advent calendar. So I guess there are, you know, 25 ornaments to put. You can put one on each day on these little buttons. And she made these little handmade ornaments. She sewed all this stuff and it's amazing. And she sewed this little quiet book for him. If you guys are on Pinterest, you've probably seen quiet books for toddlers before, but it's just these pages that are, you know, fabric and have little activities on them for kids to do. And so she has this like little maze for him, and like a little car that goes on a racetrack, and like a little garden where you can like plant the vegetables, and it's so cute. I think Alex will really enjoy this stuff as he really gets into his toddlerhood. From my parents, he also got some, you know, since he's so obsessed with letters, he's such a letter boy, loves the alphabet and everything. So they got him a few like learning toys and stuff that are related to ABCs, and like a alphabet puzzle, and like, oh, he's just all over that. And actually this little like baby iPad too. It's actually pretty cute, and it's all educational and everything. And so anyway, so yes, this little boy is well loved by all of his grandparents, no doubt about that. Anyway, and it was just a really nice day with family and everything. Okay, so I've just been doing a little bit of, you know, like spiritual contemplation this week, and you know, I've mentioned that because of Alex's whole separation anxiety problem and having difficulty putting him in the nursery, we just haven't been going to church lately. But I've still been trying to find ways to, you know, incorporate our spirituality back into our lives. And so just one little way that I've been starting to do the last week or two is normally I rock Alex before bed. You know, we sing some songs together, and then I rock him, and often he just falls asleep as I'm rocking him. And oftentimes as he's falling asleep, you know, I'm like on my phone, like browsing Facebook, that kind of thing. But I was thinking, you know what, I really should be using this time to be a little more present. And so I was like, why don't I use this time when I am cuddling and rocking my son to pray? And so I have started doing that on the nights that I rock him down. Bill rocks him down sometimes too. But on the nights when I do, I've been trying to make a point to like make that my daily prayer time. Like I do pray throughout the day, you know, for various things, or if somebody has a prayer need that comes up, I will just pray right then and there. But I'm trying to make this a bit of a discipline. Like this is my time that I'm really gonna focus and like really, you know, concentrate on, you know, communicating with God, you know. And so and that's been a really positive thing. You know, I've been using that time to pray for Alex, pray for baby girl, and pray for Bill, and all the people that I know who need prayer. So that's been a really positive thing leading up to Christmas. And I think that that's something that I would like to you know, make more of a regular habit. And maybe even once we stop rocking him, just maybe starting to pray with him before bedtime, that kind of thing. So anyway, so that's been a positive spiritual step this week. Anyway, so that's all for this week, you guys. Let me just show you a quick bump shot. All right, let me pull the scarf up here so you can see a little bit better. But here is the 28-week belly. One side and the other side. 28 weeks, baby girl. So that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas if that's what you celebrate, and if you celebrate something else, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you do. Happy holidays to you. I hope you're having a restful season, and you know, aren't forgetting to take some time to slow down and remember the reason for the season, even amongst all the chaos and the craziness. But just enjoy your families and everything. So hope you all have a wonderful holiday, and don't forget, if you like this video, to hit the thumbs up button And if you're new with us and would like to continue following our journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and we'll see you next week. Bye guys!